Welcome back, everybody. So, this has been a rough week for us Halo fans because a lot of people laid off, a lot of talented individuals, people that were not necessarily ever really in charge of or even capable of making bad decisions were let go. Specifically, a lot of the people that were working on single player and campaign DLC have been let go. This is because of a mass layoff that Microsoft decided to do, let go of 5% of their company, and 343 released an official response. Now, things aren't all bad because we do have some good things like we'll talk about it from Forge Lord. We also have maybe 343 Industries might no longer be making Halo games. Is this a good or bad thing? Well, firstly, 343 says this in their statement: Halo and Master Chief are here to stay. 343 Industries will continue to develop Halo now and in the future, including epic stories, multiplayer, and more of what makes Halo great. This is coming from Pierre Hintz as the studio head. So currently I'm getting over a cold. Apologies that this has taken a few days to get to. I gotta say real quick though, Pierre, thank you for this response. Although some people are saying that this is a massive W, I'm not feeling a W right now, to be honest. I'm not feeling it. This response is short, it's very vague, and it gives me the same vibe that we had last year. Well, 2 years ago, a year and a half before this game came out, and then last year when this game first did come out. And I'm getting the same kind of worrisome vibe that things are worse than they appear right now, and they already look bad. This is a response that feels corporate and not very personal, and it basically confirms that 343 are still going to develop the Halo games. Now, is this something that we should really be worried about? Now, I got to say, there's a lot of people that are saying that, well, I actually thought they were going to say something good about Halo. And apparently, them saying that Halo's not dead is actually a good thing, but a lot of people just want 343 gone. And just for like branding purposes, I think they need to honestly give it up to another name at the very least, because 343's name has been dragged through the mud, and they were the ones that did it, right? But people are not happy with this company. And just at the comments that, when this post first did come out, I talked about it a little bit, said I would make a video about it, as I am here now. But, some people are saying, I mean, they've had a pretty good run. They released the worst game in the series 3 times in a row. Why stop now? After Guardians, I watched an interview where 343 devs said that they had no idea that fans considered Master Chief the main character of Halo. Bonnie Ross is gone, and they're under new management, so maybe things are gonna, give the guy a chance, which I don't actually think is true. Pierre Hintz was actually leading Halo Infinite the entire time as well, which we ended up finding out thanks to Sean W. But yeah, anyway, so there's just been a lot of bad decisions coming out from the studio, and this just was not something that really made me feel like, yes, Halo's not dead. Like, the bar is that low that we're calling Halo not dying a W. I mean, I'm kind of getting that sense with a lot of people and their praise about this response, and I'm not thrilled about it. It's not all bad though. We have Forge Lord here, still giving his absolute best. We've seen some miraculous creations with Forge recently, and I just haven't had the time to really cover this, but Forge Lord said, we have already selected a few community maps for this and are all progressing nicely towards the goal of adding them to a community playlist. We are excited about making this playlist a reality and inspired by the quality of experiences the community is creating. So yeah, essentially, we're going to start seeing these Forge maps in matchmaking, which is going to be really good. Now, there's this article here, too. Technically, it's out of date, but there's a report from Bathrobe Spartan that has confirmed legitimate things in the past, is that 343 will actually no longer be making Halo games, but will rather oversee outside development. So, in essence, they're kind of going to be still at the throne, but they're not going to be doing the game stuff. Now, that response that we saw from Pierre Hintz seems to be implying that that is not the case, that this is not true, that this report is false, and it very well could be, and most likely is. However, I could also see this being true. And that is because Bathrobe Spartan has a solid track record of being correct, and saying some very accurate things about what is going on with development. But it would make sense after Bonnie Ross was fired, or let go or whatever. 343 has probably been given a long leash, um, from the get go, obviously, but now it is on a very short leash, and there might be a new studio that is going to be taking over Halo, and that studio is called Certain Affinity. And this leads into a rumor that I actually heard, not a rumor, but actually a leak that I heard directly from the source that proved other things to be correct about the game before it released. So my source is saying that if 343 failed working on Halo, then 343 would be scrapped and most of the studio would go work over at Certain Affinity. And so we see this crop up: lead gameplay engineer. Certain Affinity is looking for a lead gameplay engineer to lead their Halo gameplay engineering team. We already know that 343 is struggling, but we know that Certain Affinity is got about 100 people right now, as of a few months ago, working on a Halo Infinite evolution, something from concept to design, probably a centerpiece mode, probably Tatanka, probably Battle Royale, something that might actually be kind of like a release 2.0 for this game, a reboot. You guys let me know what you think about all this. Sorry, I've just been under the weather, but just my honest thoughts about what's going on here in this situation. So do please let me know what you think, and I will try to catch up on this situation as soon as possible as I get better. All right, later, guys. Peace.